Peace, was good? Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 55. The album I will be reviewing is Flatlinerz Under Satan's Authority, released in 1994. I was gonna do this on Halloween, but I had a lot of shit going on that night, so I didn't even get around to it, you know what I mean? But better late than never, right? Anyways, for those who don't know who Flatlinerz are, they're a group from Brooklyn, New York, which consists of 3 members. Those 3 members are Red Rum, who is Russell Simmons' nephew, Tempest, who's the producer of the group, and Gravedigger. And they got their start back in the early 90s. They were put on by JMJ, introduced themselves to like Russell Simmons and stuff like that. And Russell's Def Jam, they created a concept like, you know, where they wanted to take like hardcore MCs but mix them with, you know, horror movie elements, and then hence the name. That's how you got Flatlinerz, and that's how you got the whole style horrorcore. But you know, some people might argue that because, you know, horrorcore really started back in the late 80s with, you know, MCs like, you know, with groups like the Ghetto Boys. Then you have Esham out of, you know, out of Detroit and stuff like that. But you know, Esham, he doesn't call his music horrorcore hip hop. He calls it acid rap. So, you know, things like that. But then you also have people like Brother Lich Hung out of California, X-Rated. You have people like Sibo, Doomsday Productions, Insane Poetry. I guess like early Bone Thugs, you know, from their, you know, Creeping on the Come Up EP, and you know, the East 1999 album. That was kind of like a semi-horrorcore, I could say. And the Gravediggers, alright? Singles this album is known for. This album has 3 singles. The singles are Live Evil, which I believe was the first single, Satanic Verses, and Rivers of Red, which is 3 singles, like I said. And they all have videos. I'll post down a link to the in the description box for all those videos. The producers on the album are Cool T, and Crash. I don't know who they are. I believe, no, matter of fact, I do believe I know who they are. Cool T, I believe he was on the Crazy Sam album that he put, a compilation album that he put out, Crazy Sam and the Assassins. I believe Cool T had his hands on the album too. And you can tell by the sound and stuff like that, because his sound, he's an ill producer. I wish he made more stuff, but he hasn't really done much after that. Like I said, Cool T and Crash. DR Period. For those who don't know who DR Period is, DR Period, he's a producer from Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville, Brooklyn. He's known for producing MOP's first album, To the Death. You know, with songs like, you know, how about some hardcore and stuff like that. Rugged Never Smooth. He produced that whole album except for the song Guns N' Roses. But other than that, I definitely recommend you checking the album out. And he also is he also produced Smooth the Hustler's first album. What's that shit called? Once Upon a Time in America, which I'm trying to get my hands on, but it's very hard to come by. It's out of print, so I'm trying to get my hands on that shit. I know I could go on Amazon, but I'm trying to get that shit in stores, like whether it's used or whatever. But Amazon is something that I try to do like, you know, as a last resort. And Rockwaller, you know, guys, Rockwaller, he's a producer that's affiliated with Def Squad, you know, that made beats for Keith Murray, Eric Sermon, and Redman. Getting into the album, usually I will break down the album, but a lot of the songs on the album deals with, you know, Satanism, murder, and crazy shit like that. Overall, I definitely recommend checking this album out. I recommend it. A lot of people like to compare this album with, they like to compare this album with 6 Feet Deep because they both came around the same time. Which album I like better, you might ask? I don't know. I like them both. As far as like lyric wise, I'll give the Gravediggers, because I believe they're better lyricists than these guys. Production wise, I don't know. They both go hand in hand because they're all talented producers and stuff like that. So, but I definitely recommend this album. Picking this up. Unfortunately, this album didn't sell well. you know, because of the whole Satanism and shit like that, the concept they had going on with it, stuff like that. Because people, I guess, weren't like open-minded at the time, but then now you got artists like, you know, Tyler the Creator, who are, I guess, horrorcore, if you want to call it that. Hobson, you know, Tech Nine and stuff like that. Although Tech Nine's been around since the late '90s, so, but you'll have shit like that, you know what I mean? They didn't sell very well, like I said. They only sold like 36,000 copies, which isn't shit. But unfortunately, in today's time, 36,000 copies is actually good, which is pretty sad. And because of that, they got dropped off the label, and you haven't heard much from them after that and stuff like that. They have a song that's circling around the internet. It's a song that Eric Sermon did. I think Eric Sermon did the beat. Yeah, Eric Sermon did the beat. He's also featured on the song. It's an unreleased song. I'll post it down in the description box. It was on their MySpace account, but they took it off. But I think if I find it on YouTube somewhere, I'll post down a link in the description box and stuff like that. And also, there was a group called Headless Horsemen that was affiliated with Flatlinerz. It was said that after they put this album out, that they were supposed to come out with the Headless Horsemen album, but because they got dropped off Def Jam, Headless Horsemen didn't release the album. I believe they finished the album, but it shelved or whatnot. But in 2008, Headless Horsemen via MySpace, they had released an EP of songs that were supposed to be on the album. You know, songs like it's like 6 songs on the album, on the EP. And if I find those songs, I'll post it down in the description box. I mean, those songs are fucking ill. I mean, if you like this album, you would definitely enjoy Headless Horsemen, that EP. They were supposed to release more stuff in that album, but I haven't heard much from them. So, and that's it. I know, sorry, it's a half-ass review. It's short, but like I said, because the concept, the subject matter is, like I said, it deals with Satanism. It deals with, you know, killings and shit like that. You know what I mean? But very dope album. If you could find this album, I definitely recommend checking this album out, because this album is actually out of print. It's hard to come by. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that review, and stay tuned for more. I might do another one today just to make it up. Alright? Hope you enjoy your day. Peace.